Hey everyone, Dan from Stats here, back once again with another Eurovision song review. This time it's the big one, it's the leader of the market, it's Malta and Destiny singing Casse. Now before I talk too much about the song, I want to give you guys a little challenge. I want you to identify the odd one out of these shapes. All will be explained in due course, but it's a puzzle that came to mind when I was trying to think of a way of explaining my view on Malta. While you're working it out, let's take a look at the odds. Now, as mentioned, Malta are leading the market. They're 3-1. They actually went a little bit lower than that today. That's an implied 25% chance of winning the entire show. For me, given what we don't know about the staging for many acts, what we don't know about the running order for any acts, 3-1 feels incredibly short, despite how good the song is. Now, Malta are singing last in the first semi-final, the best position to be in, and in the winners market for the semi-final, they're 1.59 to win. That seems like a decent bet to me. They're fairly unopposed. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't go for that. And just to drive it home even further, if you look at the MyEurovision Scoreboard app, which Stats is monitoring, the link is below, you'll see that Malta is absolutely killing the stats for their semi-final. On the overall MyEurovision Scoreboard Stats, Malta is actually coming second. However, since we started monitoring on the 28th of March, Malta has actually received the most points out of all 39 songs this year. It's in the lead since March 29th, which is a pretty good sign for them. And if you look at the Eurovision World Poll, asking who you want to win Eurovision, it has 115,000 respondents. Malta is second place, just behind France. So anyway, back to the puzzle. Did you manage to work out which shape was the odd one out? I'm about to tell you the answer. Maybe you thought the last one was the odd one out because it's the smallest, or maybe you thought the second to last one was the odd one out because it's green, or maybe you thought the third one was the odd one out because it's a circle, or maybe you thought that the second shape was the odd one out because it doesn't have a border. Which brings me on to the first shape. If you guessed that the first shape was the odd one out in this sequence, then congratulations, you are correct. Why is it correct? Because it's the only one that isn't unique. It's the unique by its lack of uniqueness. It shares a colour with three others. It shares a border with three others. It shares a shape with three others. It's the least unique, and that's what makes it unique. Now, I hear you ask, what does this have to do with Malta? It's a puzzle. Like I said, it came to my mind when I think about Malta, because I think of many of the top tier songs as having their own unique USP. You've got Bulgaria with that whispery, emotional track. You've got France with that very authentic French sound. You've got Switzerland with that epic kind of vibe. You've got Italy with that rock and roll, edgy kind of vibe. And then you've got Malta, which is a very adequate Eurovision song. And I just said Bulgaria. Actually, Iceland is ahead of Bulgaria in the odds. But Iceland is a super unique track as well. It's very, very alternative. So once again, Malta stands out as the song that doesn't really stand out. It's a very, very generic but very good Eurovision song. And that's why I think it's leading the market. It's almost a default winner in a way. People aren't sure if France is going to hit, if Bulgaria will hit. But Malta feels like a much safer bet. The only difference is that it just doesn't have that USP that other songs have. Now let's talk about what we do know. This song is sung by Destiny. Destiny is a winner in singing competitions. She's won the X Factor Malta, she won Junior Eurovision, and now she's going for gold in the normal Eurovision. If she wins, there really isn't anywhere further she can go. I mean, like, is she any good at ice skating? The point that I'm making here is that Destiny is a winner. She's won before. She definitely knows how to sing. She definitely knows how to perform. And I think she's going to do really, really well on the night of Eurovision. Now, you may think from my puzzle analogy just then that I don't think much of Malta. This could not be further from the truth. I really like Casse. I think it works on lots of different levels. I think the ending really works, especially the last 30 seconds are just top notch. Everything comes together really well. You've got the chorus, you've got the Casse refrain, you've got the saxophone solo. Never underestimate the power of a Eurovision sax solo. I think it stands an excellent chance of winning. For me, it's up there with France. I can see them both battling it out for the top spaces. The question in my mind, apart from the running order, is going to be the staging. Destiny probably isn't going to be moving around too much, probably not too much dancing from her. So it's going to be interesting to see how they make the rest of the staging match the party atmosphere of the song. If you watched my video on France, you'll know that I'm fairly confident that France will get a good jury vote. The question really is over the televote. I don't have those concerns with Malta. I think the juries will reward it. There's no denying that Destiny has a big voice. She's got a set of pipes on her for sure, and she can really, really sing. And in terms of the televote, it's an upbeat song, it's a party song, it's an inclusive song. I think Destiny will make it fun. I think she's going to elevate it. So I think she's going to do well with the televote too. So like I said, it feels like the default winner. There isn't anything wrong with it. It just isn't that unique. And I think there's a part of me that wants to oppose it on that basis. I want to oppose it because it's at the top of the market, and as bettors we want to look for value, but I also can't really critique it in any way. I feel it's really, really good. So I have to have it on my book. With the good stats, with the good poll results, I am optimistic about Malta's chances. I'll be very interested to see how they stage it, and I'll be crossing my fingers for a second half slot for them. Hopefully towards the end of the show. You can imagine a song like this just really, really killing it and finishing off the show really well. At this pre-rehearsal stage where we don't know anything, my book right now in the outright is Malta and France. And that may well change. The rehearsals are just coming up now, so we'll see where that goes. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, retweet, comment below. You've been very, very active at commenting so far. It's been very interesting. Also follow us on our socials at TellyStats on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And I'll be back very, very shortly for the last of the top tier videos. The last one is Italy. I'll see you then. Cheers.